Alright, y'all, what it do? Your boy is back with another video, and it's been a minute since I've been able to come out here and work on this car. But I decided to do it today. Man, usually it's my day off. I had to work this morning because I'm covering for somebody, but just extra cheese, y'all, that we can put towards the toys here. So anyways, I thought I would come out here since it's sunny. Hasn't been sunny in a while, and it's supposed to be sunny tomorrow too, so I'm gonna try to get a couple things done. What I would like to do, since my car is still put up right now and I don't have the transmission back still yet, I'd like to do some things with the Procharger here. So what I'm looking to do is I ordered a new tensioner, which will go right here on the old 90 style AC bracket. And what I'm gonna have to do is remove this here and then put the tensioner on there. And then I got a longer belt as well, and so this belt is actually running everything, y'all. The accessories, the AC, and the Procharger setup. So my initial plan, since the other belt had tore that I got before this, was to have this Procharger on its own separate belt drive system. So essentially it would be a whole different bracket. So it would actually sit out to here, and then I'd have to put another harmonic balancer in front of that one, or get a whole new balancer. I think they actually, what they do is they send you a different harmonic balancer, and there's an extension to it, and you have to repin the crank, and then put a pin in the crank so the harmonic balancer piece that sits in front of that, the extension, doesn't slip. So that's what I was gonna do, but man, all that costs like 800 bucks or more, and I'm like, yo, I could use that money for something else. And my original thought when this belt broke, because I thought that it was too long and it was running too many accessories, and that still might be the case, but also I thought, well, maybe this tensioner is old, because like I said, I got it out of like a 95 GMC or something like that, and it's probably the original tensioner, and it was, you know, somewhat moving, and I just don't think it was right, y'all. So this is just kind of a cheap reassurance that you know, that I could just buy a tensioner for 37 bucks or whatever it was, and this belt on Amazon. This belt, y'all, is actually really expensive at O'Reilly's, especially the green Gates one. That thing is like $100 and something. I think this one at O'Reilly's might be a little cheaper than that. I ended up finding it online for like 30 bucks or something. So I just thought, yo, well, let me just try this one more time with a new tensioner, make sure all my pulleys are in alignment, and go from there. And I know I can't perfectly tell if all the pulleys are in alignment without getting that little laser alignment tool, because that's the only way to really know that everything's in alignment. But from what I had seen when I put everything in, everything looked straight. And this has been done before. This is not something that I made up. People have been, it's not common, but people do retrofit these older style AC bracket setups for the R4 compressor to the newer LS engines. So I just followed that and just kind of put my own twist on it and made it work. So anyways, let me go ahead and get to work here, so I can save some of this daylight, and I'll chime in here in a bit. Yeah, this is going to conclude my night, because I have a defective part, and I can no longer go anymore. Really, I could probably put on this pulley, and that's about it. But this is my original tensioner. This is the new tensioner I bought. It's actually a Gates brand, and I ordered it from Amazon. And I guess I should have known something was weird. I mean, it looks brand new, untouched, but this label was open, like it was just cut open. But the box looked in good shape and everything, so I really didn't, think too much of it. But when I went to install it, I installed it, and then it didn't line up right, and I was wondering why it was like instead of being mounted like this, where I was supposed to be, it was like up here like that, and I'm like, oh man, that's kind of weird. So just to make a long story short, the spring inside is not loading, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's broke. I don't know if somebody broke it. I don't know if it's just defective. So when you go to load, as it says right here, load, it just spins. So like I can put my wrench on here and just like try to load the tension on it, and it doesn't do anything. I can basically load, like act like I'm loading the tension, and so if I go to put the wrench on it and load it, it'll just stay where it's at. Like it'll just keep spinning freely. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's up. You can see the spring is inside. I have no idea why it's not doing that. So, and it doesn't look like it was ever installed. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or not, but yeah. So anyways, I can't do anything else. So I've already submitted a return to Amazon, and I'm just going to drop it off at the UPS store tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and order one tonight. I think I'm just going to go ahead and order the AC Delco brand. I probably should have did that in the first place, but I mean, Gates is a good brand. I know they make good belts, so I don't know. Maybe I just kind of got the luck of the draw on this one. So what I'll probably do is just finish. I have to install a pulley right there, and I got everything else done. It was kind of the only thing I don't really like about this bracket setup is these bolts have spacers behind them, and in order to put the belt in, you have to basically take off a spacer or two at a time and kind of weave the belt inside, and then put the bolt and spacer back in order to secure this bracket so the Procharger doesn't fall, and take off another bolt and weave that belt in there where that bolt was. And it's just a mess. I can't just take it out and put it in because these bolts and spacers are in the way. So that's the only negative about it that I really don't like. Other than that, it's fine. So I took this other pulley that was it was bigger, and I put a smaller pulley there, and there was also a bigger pulley here, and I used this smaller pulley to go on it there, and that's in order for me to run the correct belt size, because they had two bigger pulleys, so I had to go with two smaller pulleys to make this belt fit. Another thing I did was modified this bracket right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. This bracket that secures it from here to the head, and that way it has no the AC bracket doesn't have any slack front to back, and there's a bolt that's holding it and securing it to the head inside there. And then I have a backup bracket down here that goes from the back of this AC bracket to the side of the head there. So it's secure. All right, y'all, so I'm out here still in the dark. Just one other thing, I think I figured out why this damn belt blew. And I was actually just doing a couple other things here and cleaning up before I went in the house. And then when I was looking at this pulley, I don't know if you guys can tell here in the dark. Let me see if I can get a good angle and get good lighting. All right, so if you take a look at this pulley, you can see the back half of the pulley is like a dull black, and the front half of the pulley is a little bit shinier black. And when I put this pulley on, I painted it, and because it was just nasty and you know, just gross. So I painted it, and I painted it all over. So I painted the whole thing black, even where the part where the pulley rides on. And if you could tell that part in the back that's a little bit duller black, I bet you that pulley was riding just on the back half of this. I bet you that belt was riding just on the back half of this pulley, because there's no other reason why it would be perfectly a perfect circle around that pulley and be that dull. And when I really think about it now, when I took off this pulley, behind the pulley, and what I mean by behind the pulley, like, so this is a pulley, so inside here behind the pulley, it was just caked with rubber from the pulley. And I had a green Gates pulley on here before, and it was just caked inside there green. So I bet you when it was riding on the back half of that pulley, it was probably just getting ate up, and it was just caking it in, you know, just basically eating away at the pulley, and then eventually just probably just frayed and blew. And then when I actually took the pulley off, it was just totally just frayed in half, and I bet you that's why. So and that's probably my own doing, y'all, because I stuck a couple washers behind it thinking that pulley was not aligned correctly, and I forgot why, but I put just a couple washers, not as thick as that dull black line there, but enough to probably throw it off. And that's probably exactly why the pulley was off, and why that is worn on the back, and why I effed it up myself. So I realigned everything as far as this here, just to kind of make sure it was good, and it was just a little bit off. So I basically loosened up everything, realigned everything, torqued everything down, and we should be good to go. So hopefully this is it. When I get that new tensioner, I'll be able to put on the tensioner, put on the belt, and then run the car for a little bit when I get the transmission in, just to kind of see if everything checks out. So, man, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's crazy. I just freaking figured that out just because I saw that pulley there was worn on the back half. Well, I guess you live and you learn, y'all. So, shoot, it's getting cold, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get inside here. So, man, stay tuned for more. All right, deuces.